Hello everybody! So I am going to be doing a breakdown of the Volume 4 opening, as well as a little update on where my reaction is currently right now. So first, let's get to that. I talked about this in my reaction too, so if you're hearing this doubly, I apologize. But so Roosterteeth put out a thing, or I should say Gray, one of the producers on RWBY, put out a thing that they're going to be doing new guidelines for reactors who are reacting to RWBY, and basically reactors themselves are going to have to wait until the episode is on YouTube before uploading their reactions. So my reaction to Chapter 1, which I just finished, will be uploaded next week when the actual episode hits YouTube. But in the meantime, I decided to do a breakdown of Volume 4 opening because it already hit YouTube and everything like that. So without further ado, let's get started with that. So I will put a little clip of me reacting to the opening like for the first time, since I just reacted to Chapter 1. Here is what my reaction was to the opening for the first time. Whoa! Whoa, this is the intro! Oh, snap! There's Kevin, the dragon. Oh, that's cool! Okay, I like that. RWBY? I love that armor so much. Crow! Nice. Ah, there he is! Oh, cool! Hey! Whoa, who's he? Whoa! So many new characters! Ooh, is Taeyang? What?! Adam? Oh gosh. I'm gonna be breaking this thing down like intently. Those new guys we saw. And of course Salem. Yeah, so cool. Interesting. Oh, okay, Blake and Adam. Definitely gonna happen again. Yeah, she's still trying to summon. Nice. Good group shot there. Team RWBY, nice. Nice. And so now we're going to basically go through the opening kind of bit by bit, learning everything we can about it, and everything. And of course, if you haven't seen Chapter 1 yet, you should definitely go see it for yourself on Roosterteeth. And then come back, and then we'll kind of do the breakdown, because I will be talking about Chapter 1. We're going to basically go through here and see what we have here. This is a really cool shot of like the Grim eating the orb kind of thing. But this part here, that was really cool, seeing, you know, RWBY, Weiss, Yang, and Blake's kind of like ball-like thing kind of going around. As well as that. Actually, right there, you're actually. Oh, okay, Blake is there. But that's the Grim Dragon, also known as Kevin, or I call him Glenn. But he doesn't actually have a name. It's just the Grim Dragon. On top of the beacon tower, frozen still. So it's still frozen. It's not dead, though. That's what we learned from Taeyang at the end of Chapter 3. Or, Volume 3, sorry. So it's not dead. And as we know from Chapter 1 of Volume 4, Cinder is alive and well. Well, not too well. She lost an eye, of course, and she can't talk very well. And I hope we get to see what happened to her. Like, was she frozen as well, and then broke out a bit because of her maiden powers, but in return kind of lost like all her, you know, whatever, I don't know. But yeah, so that's a cool shot. I like that a lot. But here's where I liked it a lot. Okay, so we can see RWBY going up straight and we can see Weiss going over to Atlas. Blake's going down south towards the continent down there, which is I can't remember the continent off the top of my head now. I always forget. I have to burn these like continents into my brain so that way I don't forget them anymore. But Blake's going to the Faunus Islands, and we'll see later on her on a boat with Sun and a couple other people too. And then of course Yang kind of flies up as well, but starts to go straight back down to Patch. Of course, Weiss going up to Alice, all that stuff. But Ruby's going to Mistral. Well, I should say not Mistral straight up, but she's going to the continent that Mistral's on. And then, of course, the intro. Really cool shot of Team Ranger. So if you haven't seen Chapter 1, you should definitely watch Chapter 1. I love Jean's attire here. His new outfit is incredible. Again, you should definitely watch Chapter 1 to get the full feels of that. But he basically melted down Pyrrha's crown and used it in his armor and his blade and everything, which is very, very, very cool. And he also has a sash. I can't even say the S word. Around him from Pyrrha. Of course, I don't think it's actually from Pyrrha. It might just be like just as a reminder kind of thing, but because like her whole body disintegrated, so except the crown. So yeah, it actually makes you wonder like what that crown might be made out of to the point where it doesn't get disintegrated. It might be interesting to see if it's like actually like infused or something like that with like dust or something like that, or some kind of like special fairy tale kind of legendary item kind of thing. Really cool. Nora, her attire is really cool. I like her belt and her skirt and everything, and the little belt bits about the sleeves, and of course the little heart emblem on her shirt is really cool. Ren, he has the hair all down, of course, and he's got the cool little fabric, red fabric on the right side. And I love his arm glove bits. Those are really cool. We saw a lot of that in Chapter 1 as well. But yeah, it's a really, really cool attire. I love the whole thing. Even Ruby's attire is really, really cool as well. Yeah, I got to see some back shots there. So moving on, got Bird going, and then there's Crow. Of course, Crow being a badass. I'm still wondering if he is legitimately. I was trying to pause it there with that bird, but I don't think we can do that. Let's see if we can go back a little bit. So there's that's like a Nevermore, maybe. No, it's a crow, I think. Some kind of bird. It's some Nevermore. And then I can't pause that. Whatever. But yeah, Crow's still kind of hanging around Ranger, I think, kind of checking in to make sure that they're doing okay, probably. Of course, probably doing his own thing as well. Weiss, of course, we saw in Chapter 1, she's in Atlas, and she's we left on a cliffhanger for going to go talk to her dad. But that's her butler, I would assume, the guy on the left. The guy on the right, I'm not sure. He looks kind of like maybe some kind of staff member, but he can also be like maybe like her brother or her something like that, because he's got white hair. Or maybe a family member, that kind of thing, like in the family of the Sneeze and stuff. I'm not sure. And we got this guy, and what looks like Ironwood potentially, like a new form maybe, or another general kind of thing of Atlas. I'm not sure, but Atlas, or him, that guy right there in the background by the door. But we do have Papa Schnee. He's there as well. Also, I wanted to point out the cool little figurines on the desk behind him. Like the bookend bits. Those are really, really cool little grim things. But yeah, so Papa Schnee, he's here, fully animated and everything. So we don't get like a still image like we'd had in Volume 3. So it'll be interesting to see who voices him and how he is and everything. And then of course we have Weiss still struggling with summoning. Which is going to be pretty cool to see how she overcomes it. I think she needs to deal with maybe her dad before she's able to kind of deal with that, because she does have kind of like issues with him, because like he's trying to push her to move to Atlas and be in the military and everything, the Atlas military, and she doesn't want that. So I think she has to deal with that and everything. And we get a shot of Blake on the ship, like I was mentioning before. The ship going to the Faunus Island, down the bottom right of the world, and of course Sun's there with her, which is awesome. I wonder if we get to see the other members of Team Sun kind of joining her, but they're not Faunus, so I'm not sure if that will work or anything. But then we have this guy, who's interesting, who actually, okay, wait, does he have? Okay, hold on. let me jump back here. Okay, it looked at, like, first he had, like, this shot here looks like he has, I know it's kind of like small, I'm sorry, but it looks like he has, actually I wonder if I can, let's see, I'm not gonna mess with it. It looks like he has a pink eye and a yellow eye, but then you kind of go for, oops, you kind of go forward a little bit, and then he's got two yellow eyes. I thought it was, at first it might have been Neo, but so this looks like Blake's family potentially. Looks like maybe Blake's sister and dad, I would assume, because he did push away Sun like like very abruptly. So it may be potentially mom, like Blake's mom maybe. We never got to hear about like Blake's family before, so I mean it would stand to reason that that's like her family, either mom or dad or cousins or that kind of thing. It would be interesting to know who they are, definitely. But I'm for right now I'm thinking maybe either the girl is either Blake's mom or sister, and then the guy is Blake's dad. I wouldn't say brother because he's way too big and like, yeah. I would definitely probably say Blake's dad or uncle or something. So it'll be interesting to see who they are. I like their styles a lot, and also she's like pretty happy to see him too. So it's probably family. Then we have an awesome freaking scene of Yang kind of training with Taeyang, and then Taeyang doing something incredible, and boom, which I don't think is actually. At first, I had the idea of Taeyang was able to shapeshift into other people, but it seems Blake is sort of having nightmares and like night terrors and having a bad time of like adjusting properly. So that scene that we saw with Taeyang and her, because you can kind of see it in we took her back, sorry. You can see it in Taeyang's eyes when she's sitting like this. Yang turns her head like she's kind of like having a little trouble. Taeyang, of course, his eyes widen, and then poof, turns into Yang with the actual arm. So I think it's Yang's like inner demons kind of like coming out and like trying to torment her. So she's definitely got to kind of overcome that. And of course she's falling. She knows the person who did it is Adam, of course. And then these two guys, which potentially look sort of like, I mean, they're Faunus, or at least that guy is, that we know of. But they look like maybe they potentially could be Adam's like disciples, or like White Fang, but like just different attire. So it'll be really interesting to find out who they are. They have the same face, so I wonder if they're twins or that is a style choice, something like that. I'm not sure. But it'll be interesting to see where Adam is currently. Okay, so this guy, he was during the council room, if you've seen chapter 1, with Salem. He's part of Salem's like council, evil council. So I forget his name off the top of my head, but he's supposed to, crap, I forgot what he's supposed to do. I think he's supposed to go to Mistro. I think so. I think that was his job. And then, of course, Salem, as we know from chapter 1, lost the eye to RWBY, and then she can't talk for some reason. I'm not sure what causes her to lose her voice. Maybe because she was frozen in RWBY's like, ability or whatever, that like she couldn't breathe and lost her voice potentially. I'm not sure. But it'll be interesting to find out why and how. But right now she has Emerald kind of talking for her. So yeah, so we have that. This crazy dude. So he was meant to go after the Spring Maiden, but Salem decided him to go after Ruby instead. So Ruby is going to potentially go up against this guy, who seems to not be a Faunus, but at the same time, kind of like animalistic in a way, because he was standing on a chair, like squatting on a chair. He wasn't actually sitting in it. He was like, put his feet on the chair and kind of squatted down, like he was like, kind of sitting, like kind of like an animal a little bit. So I'm not quite just sure what to think about him yet. And he's got yellow eyes and everything, so that makes me think like sort of like an animal kind of thing, like how Blake has yellow eyes and everything. So maybe a Faunus person. I don't know. So we have him, and we have this guy who, again, I can't remember what his role was in Salem's kind of ploy, but he dislikes how Cinder is behaving and like tormenting her with the fact that Ruby overcome her and like defeated her in a way. So he's kind of like that kind of proper kind of, like, ooh, you should have done that kind of thing, or how is it that you were able to be defeated by a girl kind of thing. So we got he's like that. And then Salem, of course. I love her jacket. We never got to see the jacket full force before, in Volume 3. So now we got a frontal shot of Salem as well as a back shot and everything. So cosplayers can like kind of have like their full force like to make Salem now. So Salem's pretty awesome. I like Salem a lot, even though she's a bad guy. I still like her a lot. So this is pretty much showing like Salem's council. So it's Salem up top, and then the proper dude, like at the top, and then it goes the the wacky guy, and then Cinder, and then of course the guy at the bottom. So we'll be seeing them probably most likely throughout the entire volume, and probably not. I wouldn't assume we'll, like, for a fact, I'm sure of it, we won't see like all of these guys do whatever they're doing this volume. I'm for sure believing that Salem is going to be around for a couple volumes, and the council is going to be around for a couple volumes, and it's just gonna have to kind of be drawn out a little bit, but it's not gonna be drawn out, but it's gonna be like kind of throughout the volumes, the next coming volumes of RWBY and stuff like that. So I'm excited to see what they do, or that that kind of thing. It's really, really interesting. So we have RWBY versus the guy, which is gonna be pretty cool. We have Blake versus Adam, which is also gonna be pretty cool. And as I thought, like, my initial theory on the girls was Weiss is going to be kind of trying to make amends to Atlas on behalf of Vale kind of thing, from Atlas. And then Blake is going to go after Adam, of course, and that's what we see here. Also, okay, I think I know the proper guy in Salem's council. He was supposed to go after crap. I can't remember if it was him or if it was okay. The proper guy was supposed to go after Mistral, and the other guy who was at the bottom of that council shot, the other guy with the kind of beard, he's supposed to go and get in contact with Adam. So Adam is still kind of under Salem's finger a little bit. So we have a shot here of Blake and Adam fighting. So I would assume that's going to be in this volume, potentially, at some point. But I guess we'll have to wait and see. We have another shot of Weiss kind of trying to summon, with a big circle there. And her outfit's really cool too. I like it a lot. So that's like the entire room there. So I wonder if she's trying to super summon the knight that she summoned to help her with Velvet. The arm, anyways. All these characters, new outfits and everything, super cool. nice wide shot of Team Ranger, pretty much. I mean, not pretty much. It is a shot of Team Ranger. And then we have the backside of Team RWBY. So I love their outfits. The new animation is very, very, very cool. The outfits are incredible. I love Blake's outfit there. And yeah, I cannot wait to see what's gonna come in this volume. It's gonna be super, super hype. Cannot wait. Yeah, and of course you can watch it right now on Roosterteeth. So that's all I have for today. I'll probably rewatch it a couple more times to kind of maybe get any more kind of in-depth information from it. But for right now, that's all we got. Of course, like, I have to kind of relearn the names, all the names that were introduced, all the kingdom names, or not kingdoms, but all the continent names, all the villages, like all of them. I have to burn them into my brain. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Tune in next week for my chapter 1 reaction. Like I said, because I have to. Because of the new guidelines, which I will be following. I'm not going to skip out or kind of weasel my way around it or whatever. I will be following that guideline. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Tune in next week for my reaction to chapter 1, and yeah, enjoy. See ya.